What's the big fuss? I'm a Marine, I was doing what Marines are supposed to do, and that's the end of that problem. He graduated from North Pocono High School in 2000. He enlisted in the Marine Corps at age 17, but had to wait part of that year until he graduated from high school before departing for recruit training at Paris Island, South Carolina. Upon completion of recruit training, he was moved on to infantry training in California, earning his Force Recon wings. He was then sent overseas to Camp Schwab, Okinawa, Japan. It was from here that he made numerous missions to the Philippine jungles, assisting Philippine Marines in tracking terrorists. An amphibious assault ship was his next home. Deploying with a Marine Expeditionary Unit, each EMU is an expeditionary quick reaction force developed for immediate response to any crisis. Patrick ended his first enlistment with the intentions of attending college and re-entering the Marine Corps as an officer. He only lasted a few months out of the Marines and felt the need to return to the Corps because of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. He returned to 1st Force Recon at Camp Pendleton, California. He completed 2 tours of duty in Iraq, where his unit won many awards. On one of his operations, they were given the task of eliminating a high-value target, a face on the deck of cards, beginning with the ace, Saddam Hussein, and continuing down the ranks to the lowest card of priorities. He also personally was instrumental in killing or capturing over 30 of the enemy. For this he was awarded the Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal with a Combat V. The Marine Corps was about to evolve into a new and highly specialized unit, MARSOC, as it's called, Marine Special Operations Command. Patrick was one of the first chosen to this elite unit. He had his doubts about MARSOC, not thinking that it would develop into such a fine force. It passed his expectations. It exceeded his expectations. Excuse me. During 2009, in his first deployment in the mountains of Bala Maghreb, Afghanistan, he spent 9 months enduring the hardships and terrible living conditions of the Afghan winter. And it just so happened that this area turned out to be one of the most heavily infested Taliban areas in the country. He earned the Bronze Star with a Combat V. The second tour in Afghanistan began at the end of 2011. On 31 July, a 3-day mission, and returning to what they thought would be safe haven chosen for them on an army base in Herat, Afghanistan. The living quarters were what we considered a dumpster, welded together, facing each other with a wood corridor hallway and plywood and corrugated roof. The entire team was asleep, with one member who was not on the mission awake. There were contractors working on the electrical at the time. A fire broke out in the electrical and went through the sides like a chimney in a matter of minutes. Patrick, along with 2 other Marines and a dog, died in the fire. And the investigation still continues into that. I just want to read a couple excerpts from Patrick's dad that I have. He sent me some emails, and one of them, he said that this past May they were invited to MARSOC headquarters at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, for a celebration of life for the 3 Marines who died in the fire. Also, we were asked to retire to a conference room where the general awarded the Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medal for again saving the lives of a 13-man patrol, where he was alerted to travel over 600 meters in mountainous terrain and then exposing himself to heavy enemy fire, redirecting the enemy's efforts while 4 wounded could be removed from the kill zone. This award was officially written to concise, but the day we arrived home, I received an email from one of Patrick's men informing me that he was on that patrol, that if it was not for Patrick, he would not be here today. They were surrounded on 3 sides with 4 of the 13 wounded receiving heavy fire from everywhere. Up until this point, he could not talk about this, but had to let me know that he would always be thankful for Patrick, the tribute that I hold to the highest
the highest, beyond anything the government could award me. Also, he also received a letter from an Army Major Ranger, that's a mouthful, huh? who informed Mr. Dolphin his men were all wounded on a mountain, and Patrick allowed all to get off the mountain and return to a safe area. Patrick was shot in 3 non-penetrating areas of his body, but continued to hold off the enemy while the Rangers sought safety. The Major said he never saw anything like it, and he himself now is a Delta Force member. I'd just like to read some of Patrick's personal awards at this time. He was awarded, he earned Bronze Star Medal with a Combat V, Purple Heart, Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medal with a Combat V for Valor, Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal with a Combat V Cold Star in lieu of his second award, the Navy Meritorious Unit Commendation Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Marine Corps Good Conduct, National Defense Service Medal, Afghan Campaign Medal with 2 gold stars, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Iraq Combat Medal with 2 gold stars, and a Sea Service Deployment Ribbon. Hoorah! Simplified Patrick. At this time I would like Mr. Dolphin, Sherry, if you would step over, please.